Hello, it's Jeff for Budget PTCG here, and I've put together my first standard deck that I'm going to be trying out in the Versus ladder shortly. A Lunatone Solrock. If you've been playing the Versus ladder recently, you know this is by far the most popular budget-friendly deck, and it really is a very cheap deck. If you have all the other cards, all in your set already, it's basically 2 packs to pick up the 4 Lunatone and the 4 Solrock. But since this is a almost brand new account, I needed to pick up probably over 50 of the 60 cards. So it cost me 10 packs in total. It cost me 6 Astral Radiance packs, 4 other packs, and an uncommon chest. I want to go over the costs and the trading a little bit with this, since this is my first deck that I've put together for this account, and it is a budget-focused channel here. So I just want to briefly go over the trading I did to just show you how you can save things to get more for your value with trades. So generally speaking, it's 4 Lunarok for an Astral Radiance packs, for 1 Astral Radiance pack, and 4 Lunatone for 1 Astral Radiance pack. But by looking around a little bit for 2 Astral Radiance packs, I was able to get the 4 Lunatone, the 4 Solrock, plus 2 Fog Crystals, which was something also I needed. So I picked up 2 Fog Crystals, essentially for free by doing a little effort. Another example is the Radiant Greninja, which is in the deck. I needed to get that. Generally trades for 1 Astral Radiance pack for it, but by shopping around, I was able to, for the 1 Astral Radiance pack, I was able to get the Radiant Greninja, plus a Radiant Heatran, plus a Radiant Hawlucha. And I had actually, through pack openings, already had 1 Radiant Heatran and 1 Radiant Hawlucha, so I traded those 2 cards I got in the trade for 4 Quick Ball and 4 Pokestop, 2 other cards I needed for the deck. So I was able to pick up, kind of again for free, some more cards for Quick Ball, obviously a very key card for almost every deck, and for Pokestop, a very important card for this deck. So you take your time, you load up all the trades, make sure it loads up until at least the last 8 hours, because it's the best trades are the ones that have been posted recently, because the best trades will get taken quickly often. So you want things within the last over 7 hours of ones that were posted, I guess, within the last hour are by far the best ones, and it kind of loads with the ones that have been posted the longest show up first. So the most recent ones, you got to wait for them to load. So take your time there. It's worth it. And you might even want to propose a trade or two yourself if you think you can get something better, which I did in a few cases too. But enough of that. Let me talk about the deck and how it operates. So the main attacker for the deck is the Lunatone. It plays 4 of those, and the big attack is Moon Kinesis. It does 30 plus 30 more damage for each psychic energy attached to this Pokemon. That's the main attacker. Damage will build up decently quickly. You do have Cycle Draw, where you had discard a card from your hand and then draw 3. That can be used early in the game to help set up. Now, to help power up the Lunatone, you have Solrock with its Sun Energy ability. Once during your turn, you may attach a Psychic Energy card from your discard pile to one of your Lunatones, so that there's 4 of those, so you can quickly build up the damage on your Lunatone. Deck does not play any fighting energy, so cannot use the attack on the card. The other Pokemon is Radiant Greninja. That's been out a little before the Pokemon Go sets. You may be familiar with that. It's got the Concealed Cards ability, where you can discard an energy from your hand in order to use the ability, and then you draw 2 cards. So discard an energy, draw 2, so it helps you get energy in the discard pile, which you need to use Solrock's ability. And it also helps you draw, because the deck doesn't have a huge engine, so it helps give a little bit of an engine. Those are all the Pokemon, pretty simple there. In terms of energy, just hit that. It's just 12 basic psychic energy, because that's all you want, because that's what you can accelerate to your Lunatone. A lot of 4-ofs or 3-ofs in this deck list. So just quickly going through it. 4 Battle VIP Pass in this build for it. That gets you 2 Pokemon on your bench when you play it, and it's only on your first turn though. So its value is limited, but that part of the reason why playing 4 of it increases the odds of at least hitting 1 of them on the first turn, which really does help the game get going for you. Plays a couple of Escape Rope, a way to switch my Pokemon and to force my opponent to switch. Sometimes that's necessary to force my opponent, and I certainly may need to switch out if I only have a Solrock in the active. I need to get my Lunatone into the active to attack, so Escape Rope helps with that. Fog Crystal, which searches for Psychic Energy or a basic Psychic Pokemon, so a little search for Pokemon or energy. One Hisuian Heavy Ball, where I look at the face down prizes and you reveal a basic Pokemon and put it into your hand, since especially the Lunatone, the Solrock are really important to power up your attacks if you want to make sure you can get a full 4 of those on the bench to do big damage. So the Heavy Ball helps with that. Plays a couple Pokegear, 3 of those. Just in terms of the budget tip here, there's several theme decks that play Pokegear, so that's a good way to pick those up without having to trade packs for that. Anyway, Pokegear, you search for your top 7, look at top 7 cards. Your deck reveals a supporter card. Since the deck is really weak on Engine, this is a very helpful card. Pokemon Catcher, it's very an item-heavy deck, and we'll see why shortly. So Pokemon Catcher is the gusting card that's an item. Now, it's on a coin flip only, which isn't great, but being able to control and get knockouts, it's an important card, and flipping heads is important with the deck. 4 Quick Ball to draw a basic. You discard again, so a card, so that can help get energy in the discard. Rescue Carrier, because you assume you're getting knocked out every turn, so you need to get Pokemon back into play. And so it's a very important card. And up to 90 HP Pokemon, so both the Solrock and the Lunatone qualify for this. The Radiant Greninja, though, I cannot recover that. So if that's knocked out, I can't get that back. 4 Scoop Up Net lets you pick up any Pokemon that's not a V or a GX. So I can pick up any of my Pokemon, including the Radiant Greninja. Radiant Greninja is a rule box Pokemon, but Scoop Up Net doesn't say rule box. It says type a V or a GX, which it is not. But it's really important for picking up Solrocks to get extra damage, because you can, if you have enough energy in the discard pile, you use the Solrock's ability, accelerate to Lunatone, you scoop up the Solrock, play it back down, and you can do it again. So you really want to save up the Scoop Up Net strategically for big damage on the key turns. Trekking Shoes, a nice card. Look at the top deck of your card, you put it in your hand, or if you don't want it, you discard it and then draw the next card. So a way to help, again, get some discard in energy in the discard pile, and also help to draw through your deck. Pokestop. Now this, in some ways, is the engine of the deck, and it's as a budget deck, and it's always usually lacking something. Engine is what I think is weak with this, but Pokestop is a good card. When you get that in play, each player, you or your opponent, can look at, they discard the top 3 cards from their deck, and any items cards that are discarded go into your hand. So therefore, it discards energy, which is fine. It discards, which is actually good. It will discard Pokemon. You can recover those, though. Rescue Carrier, so it works out pretty well. Supporters you can't recover, so that's where you get hurt in that aspect of it. But it's a very important card. As I said, it's kind of the engine of the deck. You play some research, really good to get help set up and get some energy in the discard, and a choice belt, 2 choice belt, just to increase your damage, to try to take a few to help get a knockout during the game. So a pretty straightforward deck, almost all items. The research is really the exception to that card. So that's the deck overview. Hope that was useful to you. I'm going to jump on the Versus ladder now, and we'll see how the deck performs. All right, so I'm looking to just do my second game with my Lunatone Solrock deck. The first game was a win against the Palkia deck. They quit pretty quickly. That's just a recap there, and we'll hopefully get a more interesting game here. So I want to go second with this deck, which is unusual, which is an advantage. I will get to my preferred option of going second most of the time in the current standard meta. So we'll see what they're doing. They're going first. They really should not bench any more Pokemon. If they're a more experienced player, they would not be benching things. It seems like they're thinking about it, or just perhaps being slow. So Mewtwo V. So they probably play. So they may be playing Lunatone and Solrock themselves because the Solrock can power up the Mewtwo also. We'll see what they throw down with the Battle VIP pass. Yeah, so it's a Lunatone Solrock deck with at least one Mewtwo V and then a Mewtwo V Star. I don't remember the V Star power, so I'll have to try to see what that is as soon as they play it or discard it. They're having a multi-prizer probably is a disadvantage here. Hopefully I can attack turn one. That will be a real benefit if I can. We'll see what I get. I have the Pokestop, which I'll play down. They play Training Court. I guess that's to help with the Mewtwo V. It's a bit odd, I gotta say. At least it seems like it to me. Yeah, I can recover Pokemon, so let me use my Pokestop first, trying to think through the sequence. I have this guy. Let's see, Trekking Shoes, see what he does. I guess I'll take the Scoop Up Net. Yeah, I'll take the rescue. I'm going to use the Rescue Carrier as I'm thinking through. I can bench both of these guys. And let's see, I want to hit into him. I can't take the knockout, but I can do meaningful damage. That's right, it doesn't have, that's right, I only got one energy in the discard pile. So I will attach to my bench. For next turn, I will use Cycle Draw, discard an energy, get another energy in the discard, and draw 3 cards. So not bad. Radiant Greninja, which is a nice help. The Scoop Up Nets are help. It's not ideal at this point, but they're all useful cards. I may have to research away the Scoop Up Net if that's what I top deck, but we will see what I get. Plus, I'll have, if I get energy, I can Radiant Greninja it away. Now, they were not able to get energy in play turn 1. How did they discard? I guess they discarded the energy with Quick Ball, but they didn't use the ability? I'm a little confused by that. So let me take a look at I'm not sure what they did. They should have gotten energy on the discard last turn, I believe. All right, so the V-Star has 280, and so it's got the V-Star attack, but there's no help for this. It does 120 to each of my V, which I don't play. Does 90, so it one-shots me without discarding even. So that's nice for them. I'm not weak nor resistant to any of their Pokemon. Let's see what they're discarding. Some research. Trekking Ball, okay. So they did not attack. Oh, it only accelerates to Lunatone. I apologize. That's right, they need Energy Switch to pull that off. So I will Pokestop. Okay, let's see. I have 2 energy there. So I will accelerate to the active. I accelerated to the bench one last time, figuring I'd be knocked out, but they weren't able to pull it off. They needed to accelerate and switch, or so I want to get an energy into hand. And then I think I want to use Radiant Greninja to draw some. Oh, I can accelerate. I can scoop up and accelerate this energy also. So that's even better. So I can get the energy attached. I will throw down him. Attach there. I believe I'm out of energy in the discard, so it'd be a waste of my Scoop Up Nets. I mean, if I needed to, I could scoop him up and accelerate. I think I want to thin my deck, so I will get rid of Battle VIP Pass. toss down a Solrock so I can do really big damage next turn. And I will just hit into the active. So if they attack with the Mewtwo V-Star this turn, I have the easy knockout on them. I have an easy knockout. I will just advance here. I just need 4 more energy because 4 plus the base 30 is essentially 5 times 3 does 150, as you can see for this one. And I'll get 4 energy in the discard. I can accelerate 3 energy with those on the bench. I can accelerate a 4th one there. So I'm in good shape here. Let's see what they do. I'm sure they're not certain. So I get Marnied from out of it's a really good hand, but like I said, I'm still in good shape. I almost guaranteed to get a knockout next turn. I'm not sure what they could do. They could, if they play Pokemon Catcher, they could gust me up and do some disruption that way. But I'm not overly concerned about that. If they have energy, I would think they would attach and attack. They could attach and retreat and then take the knockout with Lunatone, which I guess that's probably the smarter play on their part. Because since they only play Pokemon Catcher to gust something up, I may flip tails on that, and he may be safe for the duration of the game. So they discard a water, a psychic energy. I imagine they'll accelerate to the Lunatone on the bench. I don't know what they hit, so yeah, I imagine they're gonna retreat. I'd prefer to see them just attack into me, because then I take 2 prizes next turn. But yeah, retreating is expected. So I only need 90 damage, so I only need to get 3 energy attached to knock out the active here. I don't want to waste energy attachments here. So let's see what I get. So Catcher, so let's see that. So that is nice. They may quit at this point. We will see. I will. What do I want to do? I guess I will do this guy. All right, good. All right, I do have. Let me get trekking shoes. See what I can get. So no energy in the discard. All right, so. So 1, 2, 3. So those 120, and I will just throw this on him. I will do a Pokemon search here. I don't think I need Pokestop. I think that they play a number of those themselves. I will get another Lunatone. I can accelerate to him. And do I want to use trekking shoes? I think I'm in a pretty happy position right now. So I'm just going to attach and attack. And I should have knockout if I did the math right. I did. And so now I'm up. I take 2 prizes, so I'm ahead in the prize race now. So their V-Star, I don't know how beneficial it is in general. I imagine the deck they play Energy Switch. I guess they must have discarded it. You can move the accelerate to Lunatone from the discard and then switch it to the Mewtwo V or V-Star. So waiting for them to play, I would think. I'm getting Marnied, but that's fine. I have my knockout, my follow-up knockout for next turn guaranteed. They knock me out. It's going to be, the game's going to come down to, is one of us going to miss a knockout? And I can get another Lunatone on the bench, I believe. I should have at least 1 in deck. So that's good, and I can get him fully charged up. So it's going well. I want to use Fog Crystal, I think, before Pokestop, since I don't have a way right now to recover a Pokemon from the discard. What do I want to? That's an interesting thing. So I'm gonna do fog crystal. Okay, so all right. Haven't used research. I don't think at this point I'm going to research, but we'll see what I do. I want a Pokestop. I don't think there's anything I'm going to be upset over losing. I get everything into my hand. Do I want to rope them? That's a good question. Is it better to rope? I think it's better to knock out the active. So he's 3, 4, so he does 120, so he takes knockout. I'll get these guys fired up also. And I will manually attach also. I can do bigger damage. I'm gonna save my nets. I have rope. I want to thin some. I don't want to discard. I don't want to discard the hand, but just getting the research out of the deck in case I get Marnied again is a plus for me. So I will just at this point just attack. Does 120 for knockout, and I maintain the advantage in the prize trade. Now, the deck plays for Battle VIP Pass. It is the reason for 4 is you can only use the card on turn 1, your first turn, whether it's first or second, whether you go first, second of the game, but on your turn 1, and that's it. So therefore, you want it's just a matter of increasing the odds of getting it on turn 1. But then the rest of the game, they are dead cards in the deck. So, a bit of a debate in my mind whether I really want the Battle VIP Pass. I have it, and they concede, and they were going to lose that game. They might not even be able to attack that turn. I'm not sure. They needed to accelerate and switch that turn. So it shows you the deck. Deck went well. First beat a Palkia deck, which is obviously possibly the best deck in format, but it's pretty strong against that. And it beat out the Mirror, but they played the Mew to the starred Pokemon, which then hurt them in this matchup because they had to start it. If they didn't start it, then they would have been possibly in a better position to trade evenly with me. So there's a little deck overview and trading for it, and hope you'd enjoy it. And I'm going to keep playing my Lunatone Solrock deck and maybe make some modifications, and if I come up with something better, I may post that. Take care.